Hello, welcome to the. I'm used to seeing you there. Welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I got it. Thank you so much for being here. We're here with the wonderful Sarah today. Sarah's here. It's always a good day. I like when Sarah's here. Then again, I like when Sarah is anywhere around me. So she's my best friend. Yes. All right. Sarah was kind enough to come on today because there are a couple of stories up front.
Couple of stories. We
okay,
need.
So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
We are. So I'll say this quickly. If you're watching this on replay, hello, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go. And so you can pick and choose what you're interested in. You can also always watch the live stream back on, like, turn the speed up to like 1.25. And other than the part at the beginning where I talk very quickly, it works pretty well. I watch a lot of videos that way, so I can cover more ground. Sagittarius stellium, right here. I need information. I need more information. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. And we have an excellent group here. If you have questions, just leave them in the chat before I go on. And during the live stream, anything in all caps is how you communicate with me. Other than that, please just type normally. And if you're greeting other people, that's awesome. But do try to do in like a one post with multiple people rather than a whole series, because I'm trying to keep up with the conversation and I lose stuff in the ether. Anyway, I think that's the big stuff.
Yes.
And Sarah's awesome. I'm just saying.
Thank you. I want to note, Kristen posted something in a minute ago about all the things that the British take umbrage with Americans for, and there's a list. Number 9, though, is deep fried foods. And the British include the Scots. And the people who created the Scotch egg cannot complain to us about deep fried food, because you took an egg and you battered it and deep fried it.
No, you took an egg, you surrounded it in sausage and battered it and deep fried it.
So, yes, we have fried pickles, as Linda pointed out. But
fish and chips. Fish and chips has been the staple for.
And they've had deep fried Mars bars forever. So I want to hear
it. And every household, they would keep the bacon fat and stuff. even when I was over there back in the mid 80s, there were people with a pot of fat on the side of the. Oh, so
I can't say anything about that because I'm from the South. And so we would have a coffee can of bacon fat. That's just what would be done. Yes.
Fair enough.
Okay. And hello to everyone who said hi. You are all amazing, and I'm so happy to be here. Okay.
But you can tell these stories in these great Southern accent you have, and also, they're just a couple of really interesting.
Okay.
Things.
All right. So
4 minutes in.
Yes, I feel like you at 4 minutes in. Yes. So now keep in mind this story is still developing. There's more things that are going to come out over the next few weeks and months. And so I don't know exactly how all this is going to play out. But according to the New York Times and Newsweek, there was one instance that we know of heroism at the Robb Elementary School last week. There was an off-duty Border Patrol officer named, get this right, Jacob Alvarado. And if I am messing that up, I apologize. But Officer Alvarado, his wife and his daughter were both at the school. His wife was a teacher, and his 8-year-old daughter was a student. So he is off duty that day. He is getting a haircut down the street. So in his civilian clothes, all of his tactical gear and gun and everything else is locked up in the safe like you're supposed to do at home. So he gets a text message from his wife that things are going down. Help, I love you, all that good stuff that you never want to get a text message. So he stands up from the barber's chair, freaking out. Okay. I don't have time to go all the way home. Barber gives him a shotgun. Okay.
So he borrowed a shotgun from the barber.
He borrowed a shotgun from the barber.
Texas, man.
Pulls up on campus, sees what we're learning about how the police department and the Border Patrol agents that were already there are over here on the side, right? Not doing a whole lot, just standing there twiddling their thumbs. He sees an opening on the other side of the school. Now, coincidentally, he knows where the entry is because that's the side that his wife works on. So he sees a couple of his colleagues that he works with that are in the back. He's like, come with me. He's like not even waiting. He has no tactical gear on, nothing. He's like, so he and the other officers go to the other side and start emptying classrooms. He didn't stop once he got to his wife. He didn't stop when he found his daughter who had locked herself in the bathroom. He hugged her, sent her on their way. They got tons of children out.
Key. Oh, did I lose internet? Okay, sorry, it broke up. I was going to say he basically cleared that wing.
Yes, he and two other officers cleared that wing. Now, this does not make up for the horribleness that happened. But it is nice to know that somebody in some official capacity, even though he was off duty, did something. They didn't wait around and they did something. So that makes me feel better. It's a small, infinitesimal better, but somebody did something. They didn't all just sit there and go, ugh, So kudos to Officer Alvarado.
Saved lives, brave.
Yes. So, and the link to that is in the description. Yes, Polly Wanda, America needs a Zelensky. That is darn right. That is absolutely right. Okay. So, that is that story. And now
and he was ICE, wasn't he?
He was border control, yes.
Border control.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So, they didn't wait for, official bureaucratic red. He's like, no, there's a door. We're going. There's kids. There's a door. This is happening. So,
you said he was with other officers?
Two of his colleagues went with him. He grabbed because they were all standing over there, and he's like, no, y'all come with me. And they didn't wait to get permission. They just went.
Border control.
So
Border control cleared one of the wings while the regular police were over here twiddling their thumbs?
Yes.
Yeah, Polly Wanda, exactly. More guns solve the problem?
No, not at all. Not at all. But the guys who were supposed to be doing their jobs, and we don't want to go. We might get hurt. That.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go on that tangent today because I'm going to get very mad. I'm going to start crying. But thank you. But it's just good that there was somebody who actually had the intestinal fortitude, or as my husband would say, the testicular fortitude, to go on and handle business. So there is that.
Lisa Graham is saying the actual protocol is to go in, no waiting. Renier is pointing out the rest of the police were picking their noses. Yes. Okay.
And you're correct, Polly Wanda. Mm-hmm.
So that's some good news.
Yes.
Oh,
it's Go ahead. I don't know if it's so much good news, but it's one small positive thing. I mean, there were some that were saved.
Right.
So.
I mean, that's good. That is good news. That is. I'm trying to pull up the image for the next.
Oh, okay. So we're going to step away from this now.
Right. Because we're going from,
but
yeah. So we're going from incredible bravery, for which we are grateful, to incredible dumbassery of epic proportions.
So at 11 minutes in, or 10:45, however you want to say it, I feel like Autumn. At 10 minutes and 45 seconds.
Well, I say that because I need to put the.
No, I know. It makes me feel all official and stuff. So. So yes. Okay. Okay. So. Okay, my Southern's going to show through on this one, y'all. I'm sorry.
Please do.
Timothy Hale-Cusanelli. I'm just slipping into the accent now. Timothy Hale-Cusanelli, right? Who was a J6 participant. And you could say a Hitler cosplayer, but more like a Hitler imitator. We have, can you show the...
Oh, absolutely. Let me share.
Yes. So while she's getting this pulled up, his... Are
you ready?
He was convicted on all 5 charges that he faced last week by the courts because his plea is stupidity. I didn't know the Capitol building was where the Congress met. Honest. I just thought it was this fancy thing over here, and it was all pretty and stuff, and we were all up there, and we were all, ooh, and everybody was like, oh, should we go? Yeah, we should go. Yeah, we should go. I didn't know there was actually official people in there. I mean, come on now. The jury didn't buy that. He's in jail now.
He called himself an idiot. Well, I'm just an idiot. I didn't know Congress met there. Well, you are an idiot. All right, you ready for this, guys?
Yes.
Da-da-da. There he is. Yes, there he is. And I know.
And he can't even grow it right. I mean, if you're gonna do it, commit to it. Like, fill it in with something.
Right. But I know what you're all thinking. Is he single? So yeah, so this idiot. So he's going to prison for a while.
Yes, where he should be.
Yeah.
He should absolutely be.
Seek help.
So, yes.
Seek help.
I don't know how much help is available to save. I mean, I hate to say some people are irredeemable, but good Lord, like his family tree don't fork. It's like what do you call the snake that eats itself?
The Ouroboros.
Yes, his family tree is an Ouroboros. So,
oh gosh, Dave is asking, is that a mustache or a booger?
It's a caterpillar that has jumped up on that man's face. Okay, do you hear me?
Okay. Michelle's asking, where's Ava?
Ava was smart enough to realize that Congress met at the building, and she stayed home that day with the puppy. So, yeah, no.
Oh my gosh.
So, okay. Well,
and people wonder why I haven't started dating yet. At least he doesn't hide it. I mean, people, there were men complaining back when Trump came to office that, well, when I'm on a dating app, I can't wear my MAGA hat or women don't talk to me.
It's
but they're thanking you.
Evolved. I mean, it's called plentyoffish.com, not plentyofinsurrectionists.com. I mean, you can't just, yeah.
I don't have the crayons to explain it to them. So All right. So those weren't really readings, but my goodness.
But thank y'all for letting me come hang out with y'all this morning. So.
Oh, and you're amazing, and thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm picturing those guys just, dragging their knuckles along the ground.
I mean, okay, I've got people. I come from Arkansas folk. Okay, so trust me, I know sometimes the trees looks a little weird, but come on now. Mm-mm.
That man, his family tree don't fork. That was good. That was good.
So, I mean, okay.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, you all have an amazing day, and I'm gonna hop over here. Oh, what?
Okay. Did you want to hang around for Jim Jordan?
Is Mr. Jordan next? Oh, snap.
16 minutes in.
Okay, yes. I will hang around for Mr. Jordan.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. All right. So Jim Jordan is responding to his subpoena to appear in front of the January 6th committee by questioning the validity of the committee to call him, and he wants to see every piece of information they have on him before he even goes in. It's not how investigations work.
No, that's like saying you can't call me to the principal's office. Do you even have the credentials to be a principal? Like, can I see your certificates?
Yeah. And he wants to see everything the January 6th committee has on him.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
Where do these guys get the nerve?
The testicular fortitude? Yes.
It's fortitude.
Fortitude, yes.
Roxana Lee's asking, can Jim Jordan read? Well, he has to. It works up a sweat with him, so he has to keep his jacket off all the time. Trying to read.
Well, like my grandma used to say, my mom used to say that some people were absent the day God gave out common sense at school. But they showed up twice or had to repeat the grade when they were handing out audacity. And so Mr. Jordan, double the audacity. It's like double the audacity, single the smart. I don't know. I don't know, but
I like it.
Yes.
I asked how much time does Jordan have? I'm not sure.
Hopefully 10 to 20 years without the possibility of parole. That's either over there.
That was good. That was good.
I mean, the door was open. I just tiptoed through it.
No, that was beautiful. Oh gosh. All right. Tuxedo Cat, yeah, because we give all suspects the evidence pre-trial. Well, there's discovery, but this is a hearing. This is a gathering information. Where were you? What did you do?
Yes.
You're not in trial.
Yeah.
So
it's like a version of how are you doing? How's your mom and them? What's going on? I mean, it's, yeah.
Yeah. Polly Wanda, by the way, I will say again for the record, I love Polly Wanda. I love your brain. Polly Wanda is saying, serve Jordan a chilling subpoena colada. Yes.
Lost in the rain. Okay, sorry.
There you go. So this idiot, yeah, that's a big card of ending, a big card of your shtick doesn't work anymore here, Spiff. The cards are on point today.
I just had this mental image of Liz Cheney at all of these hearings, just basically playing a mental version of a litigious No Scrubs by TLC. I mean,
yes. Oh, he's trying. He has the audacity and he wants a communication. He's an idiot. He thinks he can get away with anything. He's going to try anything, but he is worried. He's definitely going to try, but they shut him down. Major Arcana.
Yes, it's hard.
Like, idiot. And this is the world card here. This isn't going to work for him. This stupidity isn't going to work. No. No. So,
single the smarts.
Mm-hmm.
Double the audacity and single the smarts. Yes.
Yes. Whoa.
Uh-oh. We good?
Yeah, we're good. I'm just. Does Jim Jordan have a contempt of Congress charge coming his way in the future? Because to be a congressperson and get convicted of contempt of Congress, I can't imagine that's had a whole lot.
Jim Glenn. He's hiding under his unused suit jacket. If you can't see me, you can't arrest.
That is very good. The only thing is he's a human. He's a human air horn, so he's not really going to hide much. He just thinks if he's a bully, and if he yells loudly enough at you, you'll back down. And it's like, no, we're done. He tried to destroy our democracy.
They haven't realized that. I mean, I will say this: they're going up against a Cheney. Can't nobody yell louder than her daddy. I'm sorry. So there's not a whole lot of intimidation they can throw at Liz. That I mean, I don't like the man, but you don't grow up intimidated of many men when Dick Cheney is your father. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mm-mm.
No, because I imagine he's an evil version of my father, who raised his 3 daughters to you. I would get in trouble if I didn't stand up for myself.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, you were taught, you were trained, you will stand up, you will stand up for, it's like, and it has helped me a lot.
Me of carry, walk softly but carry a big stick. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
I think Jordan's gonna have a little bit of trouble.
Oh goody.
Okay, so Queen of Wands, he's not the only one. It's the whole group of the far right over there. You tried to destroy America.
Yes.
There's America. There's the tower. There's the moon. Howling at the moon. That's a thief card. This is a far right victory, but this is minor arcana. So you took America, you did everything you could to overthrow it. You tried to steal the election so you could trot around on your little horse with your big stick. With a big stick. And this does not. Katie Arbuckle saying Father Cheney saying, Liz, don't make me get the hunting rifle. MAGA Queens, yes, Suburban Housewife. Wheezy Squeezebot, mention Halliburton, Darth Vader theme plays.
Side note, I highly recommend Obi-Wan if you haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. I was mentioning it. I think I was mentioning it yesterday. Or was it last night? It was really good. All right. Really good. Fruits of Labor. Oh, he's done so much stuff. He's planted so many rotten seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Page of Pentacles. Chariot. 10 of Cups. Temperance. He thinks he's all that, but I've got a Page of Pentacles here. This is you think you are representative. No, you're representative. How many representatives are we up to now?
426, I think.
426 representatives. He's one.
Yes.
The fact that he's an air horn is the reason we know about him. You are one. This is, look, I just keep getting amazing cards on the January 6th Select Committee hearings. It seems too good to be true. It always makes me nervous, but this is a big, showy, and here's all the evidence. And we're also going to be very upset, and we're going to be like, we're never doing this again. This is not happening. And this guy ends up day late, dollar short. This pipsqueak, he can't stand up. This is, the hearings are huge. And so all this, oh, well, I've worked here. I have all this clout. I have all this. Dude, that's what size fish you are in a pond of 426. You're one of 426. Sit down. You have no legal standing. And actually underneath that happens to be the Ten of Swords and the Judgment card. So I'm guessing that this isn't going to go terribly well for him.
I mean, this is his bed. It's like I tell my kids when they make big boo-boos. You made this bed. You picked out the sheets. You fluffed out the pillows real nice. You coordinated your shams. I mean, this is what you have from this. So, I mean, right. Donna, I'm in Louisiana, but I'm actually in the top left corner of Louisiana, so I'm kind of Arkansas-y, Texas-y too. So, yeah.
Which that kind of reminds me, it's a little bit rude, but it's like men who cheat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, I didn't mean it. And it's like, what, you tripped and fell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No.
Eminem has a great song line, lyric line about that, which I cannot repeat on this channel.
Okay.
So, yes.
No, there's steps along the way, and you took all of them.
Many steps, yes.
Yeah, and we need, yes, Alan, 10 of Swords and Judgment. We need, this guy needs to be taken down to size, and we need to stop being, because normally he's so abrasive that you start getting, it's like, oh gosh, it's going to be him. But we need to start realizing you are pathetic. You are a pathetic pipsqueak. And you just the fact that you make loud noises doesn't mean, oh yeah, he thinks he is all that. Do you?
And a bag of chips.
Yes. Do you know that, look, on the one hand, I am grateful for everybody who works in government, who makes sacrifices to be in government. But compared to the Senate, getting into the House of Representatives in a lot of places is not the world's highest bar.
There's like literally over 20 people running for that one in Alaska where the dude died not that long ago, and including Sarah Palin. And she'll probably get it just from name recognition alone, because there's over 20 people on there. They're just going to go, well, ding. I mean, but
I don't know. I've heard of her. She's awful, but don't know. Oh, all right.
Pretty much. So, I mean, and I've been researching all of these seats, and some people for primaries, it's like everybody and their great grandmama are running. And I'm like, y'all don't even have this many people in your county. Like, how do you have this many people? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeanette says they only have one. That's why so many. Yeah, but it's like everybody. So, yes.
The Six of Swords, Hierophant, and Three of Wands. So Jordan thinks he is all that. He's big. He's important. Well, that's a card of, it's a card of going to prison. It's a card, I don't know that he will, but that's what that is a card of. That's the government. That's an institution, because institution can also be prisons.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what you've done coming back to you. And this is looking out to try to find somebody who's gonna spring you. This seems too good to be true to me. That's what I worry when cards are too good to be true. But this does not bode well for him. I can say that for certain.
All right.
Suburban housewife, yes. Jordan versus Cheney. Cheney wins. Oh, yeah.
This is the thing. I mean, for all the stuff that everybody's accused, you know, the Clintons have done this, and the Clintons are so dangerous. I would steal Chelsea Clinton's elbow gum before I even thought of looking at a Cheney. So,
yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, you don't mess with Cheney. You don't mess with Cheneys. And the thing is that and I'm glad that she's so committed to democracy. I'm very pleased about that.
Yeah, I don't agree with her politics, but and she's on it though. I mean, she's at least constitutionally sound. So
right. Now after that, I've said repeatedly, she's going to take all this goodwill that she's built up with Democrats and moderates. She's going to put it in a pile and she's going to set that thing on fire. Wait for it.
Yes. But yes. With a bill playing in the background in a rainstorm. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But in the interim, it's very much the enemy of my enemy is my friend type thing going on here. And it's like, it's weird. But, I mean, anybody who is constitutionally sound, like, even if we disagree on everything else, I can at least respect you on some level. Mm-hmm. But, yeah.
Yeah. It's like how I feel about Pope Francis. There's so much about him, so many policies, so much stuff about the Catholic Church I don't agree with. But I give him credit. He doesn't just talk the talk.
I have a beef with Pope Francis.
Oh, I have quite a few beefs.
Oh, I have lots of beefs, but this is a new one that we haven't discussed before.
What?
He had them remove from the Vatican gift shop Pope on a rope. You can no longer buy Pope on a rope. Do you remember Pope on a rope?
No.
We were discussing this the other day. Pope on a rope, you could get like
with me
shaped. No. John and I, and we were talking to the kids about soap on a rope and Pope on a rope, which is a Pope shaped soap you could get on a rope. You can no longer get it in the Vatican gift shop. Like Pope Francis got rid of Pope on a rope.
There's a picture. Let me share.
Yes. This has been available for years.
I've never.
And it was an official thing you could get from the Vatican gift shop.
Pope on a rope. Wow. So, Pope soap.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
you've heard of Elf on the Shelf?
Pope on a rope. Anywho. See, Judy you should have gotten some, Judy, because now it's a collector's item. There are no more official popes on a rope. And I'm sad that I do not own one because of all the random things to own. Oh, whoa.
Sorry.
It's okay. Sorry. It's fine.
Okay, so now it is a collector's item.
See, this is what being friends with me is like. There's just random tangents into
I like it.
Scary things sometimes.
No, I like it.
So,
wasn't it?
Yes. Oh, yes, it was supposed to be blessed. Yes.
Really?
Yes, it was blessed. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to decide if I should tell my mother about this or not. I'm thinking not.
Ask her if she'd ever heard of it. I mean, it was a thing for like over 20 years. It was sold at the Vatican gift shop. I mean, it was a legit thing.
Well, I will say that my we moved every couple of years while I was growing up. So when it came to selling, buying houses, selling houses, that was an ongoing thing that we went through. And the number of times I've left my own house because there were people coming to look at it.
Yeah.
Hundreds upon hundreds over the course of my lifetime. But there was one thing where it was a realtor or somebody said to my mom, was like, you know what you should do? You should get a statue of St. Joseph. And my mom's like, oh, St. Joseph. And she said, and you bury it upside down in the backyard. And people have found if they do that, the house sells really quickly. My mother was you take a statue of St. Joseph, you bury it in the backyard upside down to sell a house. Are you insane? What on earth? Explain that to St. Peter. We would let you into heaven, but we kind of got lost like St. Joseph because he was buried upside down because of you.
People in chat are saying it absolutely works. It's a thing. Oh, gosh. Okay. On that note, now that we have Pope roped,
buried poor St. Joseph upside down.
Poor St. Joseph. Okay.
I hope you have a good day. Thank you.
I will see you at 4.
Thank you for coming on.
Yes. Y'all have a good rest of your afternoon. See you later. Bye.
Okay. Oh, dear. Hey, everybody. Oh, my gosh. I love when Sarah comes on. Okay. The St. Joseph thing's still popular. Okay. Feisty Butterfly Tarot is saying, so if you bury St. Peter, St. Paul, and St. Mary, does it give you the gift of musicality? Hey, Aiden, you just missed Pope on a rope and burying St. Joseph upside down. Anyway, all right. At 37:30, let's move on to oh dear, voter fraud, or in this case, more like candidate fraud. Have you guys heard about this? I should make this 38. Yeah. Okay. Well, in one respect, Trump was right about voter fraud in Michigan. Recent audits have proven a volume of fraudulent petition sheets for required signatures that allowed GOP candidates to get on the ballot for governor. There have been, of all of the, actually, I was reading this morning. There were some really interesting tidbits that you should hear, because these people think apparently they can get away with anything. Share screen. Maybe later. No, thank you. Okay, 8 million pop-ups. So in Michigan, let me see. You guys can see this, right? Yeah. The Bureau said the fraud was so widespread that after it struck the invalid signatures, 5 of the 10 candidates were lacking the required 15,000 valid signatures needed to remain on the ballot. To get on this year's ballot for governor in Michigan, state law required candidates to collect at least 15,000 signatures from registered voters and submit them by April 19th. Since there are over 8 million registered voters, it shouldn't be that hard. So these things were submitted, and the Bureau of Elections found a volume of fraudulent petition sheets. This included two frontrunners, former Detroit Police Chief James Craig and businessman Perry Johnson. In Craig's case, the Bureau reported his campaign submitted over 21,000 signatures. More than 11,000 were invalid. You could you don't have to be a handwriting expert to look at many of these signatures and see they're almost virtually identical. They were saying earlier, I think at one point it was something about, here it is. Part of what made the Bureau suspicious was that some petition sheets were not showing evidence of normal wear that would be found if a person carries a petition around for hours or even days to gather signatures. It also appears some petitions appear to be round-tabled, meaning people took turns signing lines on the petition in an attempt to make the signatures appear authentic. Plus, the petitions included fake signatures of many dead voters. Trump was right in this time about dead people getting involved in elections. So are people going to, shouldn't there be laws against this kind of thing? $11,000. Please tell me this is illegal. Star. Well, I mean, this is putting yourself out there. This is my name. This is what I'm running for. Sign this petition so I can, run. King of Swords. Four of Cups. Queen of Cups. Six of Wands. And for those of you who are in other countries, just so you know, this isn't in every state. Different states have different criteria for running for office. Page of Pentacles. But in Michigan, I believe that's Governor Whitmer in the middle. Though this is law enforcement. This is a refusal. Whitmer to try to get a far-right victory, but they come up short. She's in the center, large and in charge. Almenzi, without a number of legitimate signatures, you can't be on the ballot. No, absolutely true. It's just this should be illegal. Fraudulent. This should be election fraud. I'm trying to figure out if these blanky blanks are going to get going to see the inside of some. Pamela Bryan. It is illegal election fraud because two of them suddenly fell beneath the 15,000 minimum required signatures. But if the others had a whole bunch of a lot of fake signatures, that should be illegal. Page of Cups. Maybe if you got better policies, just a thought. Hey, Republican Party, maybe people would vote for you. You wouldn't be cheating. Just a thought. I know. Silly me. Ace of Swords. Oh, that Sword of Truth fell. Ace of Wands. They're trying. Four of Swords. Excuse me. Their candidacies. No. They're whatever you're saying. No. King of Swords. Prosecutors. Star. Make an example of them. It feels like there's a lot of politics involved here. I don't know that they're going to get their book thrown at them. And the sort of truth already cut pretty deeply. But there's a possibility here. The energy's not as strong as I want it to be. I wish this was an overwhelming slam dunk. Yes, they're going to be prosecuted. But I do have a King of Swords here. I do have a prosecutor here. And a star. So this is prominent people. There's a chance. There's a chance. And you know me. You know me. I tell you if the energy feels strong or weak. So sometimes I don't even get an answer on some things. So it's yeah, and it does. Al Menzi, it always seems to be the GOP. Yeah. So is this kind of thing something that people are going to be like, we can't do that in future. We shouldn't do that. We can't do that. That's illegal. We shouldn't do that. We'll get caught. Disappointment. Oh, you tried to knock down democracy and it's not working. Emperor. Well, Trump would do it. Oh, they just... Oh, I'm being reminded that talking about needing better policies, get better policies and people will vote for you. When the Supreme Court brings down their garbage and throws everything back to the states about women's health, that's what's going to make the difference. So, yeah. All right, I'm getting to that. Kristen from Uncover the News brought some great headlines. Thank you. Thank you, Kristen. All right, at 47, McCarthy. Oh boy, sometimes it just starts with a name and it's like, oh, here we go. There's a kitty. McCarthy will commit. Okay, Glenn Kirschner is saying that if McCarthy refuses the January 6th subpoena, he will be committing multiple crimes. Will the DOJ take notice and step up? Or, well, let's just say step up. I mean, good grief. Members of Congress, and you're going to be held in contempt of Congress. McCarthy. So has anybody heard? Is he refusing the subpoena? Has he done that officially yet? I don't know. He's so small. He's so nothing. If he did not live in a systemically racist patriarchy, he would not be where he is. I just get that every time I read on him. He's baloney on white bread. That's McCarthy. Not even like, ooh, a baguette or, white bread. No, I mean just like cheap store-bought. It's not just him. There are people facing the real possibility of jail time. Mm-hmm. I keep getting this. It seems too good to be true, but January 6th committee, not playing. And they're mad. 8 of Cups. They know more than we do. They've seen more than we have, and they are not happy. Dave says the word disingenuous comes to mind when McCarthy is being discussed. Mm-hmm. Al Menzi says so far he will not comply. Doxy Mom, milk toast. Browen, Wonder Bread that turns to glue when you chew. Oh, yeah. Strength. Sorry, I have opinions. King of Wands. Queen of Swords. Two of Wands. This is the evidence laid out, which is strong. McCarthy, but this is investigations. This is law enforcement looking at the communications. McCarthy. Gretchen asks when everything comes out, will the DOJ act then? I've been getting yes on that. For what it's worth. 3 more. M. Kelpie says it's all on tape that we've seen. How much more is there? A lot. There's a lot. They've uncovered a lot. 3 of Swords. Ouch. These people tried to run three swords through the heart of democracy. They did. Lovers, cult members, far-right communications, night of even more moderate Republicans who we don't think of as MAGA were involved, part of the cult, and the committee has all the communications. It's the second time I got that. So if the committee has the communications, so does the DOJ. Oh boy, June's going to be a thing. Because June is most likely when the Supreme Court's going to come out with their ruling, throwing women's health care and possible death sentences back to the states. And red states will act accordingly. That's likely to happen next month, and the January 6th Select Committee hearings are happening next month. It's a big deal. So, although to be honest, I'd kind of like, I would, because tomorrow is a federal holiday, the next meeting of the Supreme Court is going to be Tuesday, and it's usually on the Mondays, or if there's a holiday, Tuesdays. All through May and June is when the Supreme Court brings out their rulings. I would love if they could bring something out on Tuesday, the 31st, because we'd still be in Mercury retrograde, which means what they put out will be weakened, will be more successfully challenged later. That would make me happy. So, yeah, McCarthy, he's years from now, someone's going to say McCarthy's name and it's going to be like, oh yeah, quite forgettable in every way. All right, 5330. We have an international question. 5330. Krista wanted to know, when Charles becomes king, will he keep Charles as his royal name or choose another one, such as George? King Charles apparently doesn't have a good reputation in history in the UK, but that's been his name for so long that it seems odd that at his age he'd suddenly be king something else, but maybe so. And I have the sense he's thought about it. He's had decades and decades and decades to think about it. And who knows, maybe him becoming King Charles. Actually, would he be Charles II? King Charles does anybody know off the top of your head? Yeah, Alan King Adulterer. Thank you. Pamela Bryant, I don't believe this. You now have me cheering for Mercury retrograde. I hope they bring that stupid garbage out on Tuesday. It'll be easier to go back to it. Charles III. Okay, thank you. Ian says the Scots are calling him King Plunker. That's it? I would have expected more. Or, well, that's probably the cleanest one you could find. Charles III. Oh, King Charles III. It's odd. Yeah, that's what you'll be remembered for. See, that's the thing. King Charles is in the past may have a bad reputation, but what kind of reputation do you have? You've been in the public eye all this time. What reputation have you built up? Tower. Nine of Cups. Magician. Ten of Swords. Strength. Well, he is going to be devastated when his mother dies. He has real feelings for her, so that's good. Because there's some people I read on where not sure, but no, he actually will be devastated. But all the pageantry, everything's set up to happen. This is his coronation. I've never picked up that they would skip Charles and go to William. I just haven't. Standing up, but some infirmity hits Charles. That's what I'm getting here. And it's actually his wife who stands by him, but King Charles. Going to be Charles, or going to be King something else? Let's see. And people need to know as soon as possible, because there's going to be all this memorabilia that has to be made. Cover the news. There was a Charles III, but he was a pretender to the throne that tried to take it by force. Doxy Mom. He'll probably choose King James so he can be associated with the version of the Bible. Gretchen says, I don't think he'll be king long. It's just his age, just sheerly. And Ian McGrath is saying, King William would not be a good idea if you know your history, i.e. 1690. But he can kind of restore the name. And the chart to use for England is January 1st, 1066. So 2 of Swords, 10 of Wands. He'll stick with Charles because of all the memorabilia that's already been made. When he got married, both times, there's a lot of memorabilia out there already, and it would be weird. That's what I'm getting. There's something about the memorabilia, the plates people put on the wall. They've got their teapots and their, the coronation, and then when the kids were born, or, Elizabeth's children were born, and then there's the wedding of Charles and Diana, and the wedding of Charles and Camilla, and the wedding of, there's all this stuff already out there, and to suddenly be like, this is King, Wenceslas. It was Danish, I think, anyway. Hello, dear. It would be like, who? So if it was King James, if you chose one of his other many names, it would be weird. It would be like, who? Oh, he was Prince Charles. That's what I'm getting. Yes, Paulavella, the artist formerly known as Prince Charles. Dr. Mom says, I vote for King Fred. Oh, yes, Almenzi. Charles, Philip, Arthur, George. Charles, Philip, Alfred, George. Bailey, Boo, kitty, zen, kitty, Bailey, boo, boo, zen, kitty. Ian says 1066 was the Battle of Hastings, but the battle was fought in a place called Battle. So the battle was fought in Battle. The Battle of Battle. The Battle. Hello, sweetie. How you doing? Enjoy it, sweetie. Oh, I'm with you, Katie Harbuckle. I hope he doesn't pick Arthur. Oh, that would be bad. That would be bad. No, he's going to go with Charles. It would be too disruptive of the stuff that's already out there, and which would mess with his memory and his legacy. Prowan, what's your name? Charles, Philip, Arthur, George. I'm not asking for your favorites. That's good. Anyway. Oh, gosh. Oh, wait. A little bit more history. Uncover the News says James I was the Scottish king, went after Elizabeth I because her aunt married into the Scot line. James II was Charles II's brother, was overthrown because he was Catholic. Thank you. Oh, 1-0. Actually, of Brave Sir Alfred of Pumpkin and Bailey Boo Boo and Kitty, if one of them was to ascend to the throne, I don't think it would be Boo Boo. Just saying. And Alfie's older by a year, so I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you, but you are the younger brother. Now he's mad. 102 and a bit. Two. Ish. Yes, King Alfred of Pumpkin. Yes, Jeanette, thank you. I hadn't thought of that. King Alfred of Pumpkin. I will inform him later, and I will create a beautiful printed format. I will hang it from the front door to announce the ascension of King Alfred of Pumpkin. Oh gosh. All right. 103. Russia. Lord help. Russia warns long-range U.S. missiles at Ukraine's border are intolerable. Will they retaliate? Retaliate for what? They're sitting there. How dare you have a big scary thing on not inside our borders where they're just sitting there. How dare you, sir? Oh, speaking of sir, I don't know why it hit me so hard, but you know how Trump does that really obnoxious. They said, sir, and he has to repeat, sir, because somebody actually showed him some kind of respect, and so he has to focus on that to make his little tiny blown glass ego feel a tiny bit better. He said, I went to Nate this, I was, it's the speech he gave last night. I went to Europe and I said, you're not paying your fair share, you're taking advantage of us. He said, and the leader, she said, sir, does this mean you won't defend us if we don't pay, sir? And I was like, oh, heck no, you did not just imply that Angela Merkel was talking to you like, sir, oh, sit down. Take several seats. You. Oh, man. May God have mercy on your soul because. Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no. Anyway, sorry. That just got me. It was, that man is sick. Ace of Swords. It's a big missile. Yep. There it is. Big missile. Oh, good. I made Pamela laugh. So it's a good day. Page of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. I see. I'm not a natural comedian, but if I can, if I can make somebody laugh, that just makes my whole day. Chariot. Five of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. NATO's right there. That it's intolerable that the big scary missiles are right there. It's because Russia knows that if they do something wrong, that NATO will clean Russia's clock. Big bullies. They're pulling tanks from, the 80s out of mothballs. Russians are doing terribly. This front that they're some big power is thin, very thin. I mean, they can still do some damage. It's not paper thin, but it's still thin. And there's NATO, all shiny, their shiny armor and their everything just so by comparison. Intolerable. No, Russia knows that NATO would clean Russia's clock. There would be a lot of deaths. It would be bad, but yeah. Charlie says, I used to love the looks on Merkel's face when Sniffy was present. Oh, yeah. So, okay. Gretchen had a question. We're going to move on to U.S. domestic things. 108.30. The 8th question at 108. 108. Takes a little to make me happy. 108.30. The D.C. AG, all right, Washington, D.C. Attorney General, is suing Mark Zuckerberg over his role in using people's Facebook info in the 2016 election. Really? Will the AG win? And what does this mean for other CEOs in the future? I don't think there are many CEOs out there thinking, gosh, I want to be just like Zuckerberg. I mean, he created a large company, he's made a lot of money, but nobody, I have, I pay for a subscription to Blinkist. I mean, I'm always looking for books on running small businesses, strategies by great leaders, all this kind of stuff, from organization to just day-to-day running of things. And of all the big names that people talk about, Zuckerberg doesn't come up much. He really doesn't, at least not that I've seen. His business model is sketchy. He has the charisma of a rock, of a robot. And if you ever see him, one of those things where he's like, did you see the video where he was talking to somebody who works for him about how he wants to a virtual world, all this kind of thing? And then he said something insulting to the guy, but it was a joke, but the guy put up with it because it's his boss. And you could tell that happens a lot, that this guy, he has no filter because everybody laughs at his jokes. So he thinks everything he says is funny. Everything he does is good. But anyway. Will the AG win? Suing Mark Zuckerberg in his role over using people's Facebook information in the 2016 election. Well, the card I'm getting for this is the card of the thief. So, Fool, 10 of Cups, Temperance. They have evidence. He does what he wants. They have evidence, and there'll be some tempering of what Meta does. But it's just, it is major arcana, so it will affect the whole company, but and some things going forward. I don't know about Zuckerberg himself that much, but there'll be some good that comes out of this, which I guess we'll take. Jolie, a really big, stupid, lying rock. Yes. Yes. Whew. All right. Ooh. 111. Katie's saying, I'm not kidding. Zuckerberg looks like Data from Star Trek. Well, Dr. Sung was one of the worst human beings. And he made Data in his own image, so. But Data himself is great, in my opinion. All right. 111.30. This is a hard question. Kelly's asking a question, and so I'm going to read on it, but it's going to be a hard one. And if this is going to trigger anybody, you've got some fair warning, okay? The question is, will the inevitable overturn of Roe v. Wade impact IVF treatments? I think it's going to depend on the state, but you are so precious. Yes, you are. And I definitely need your energy. Yes, I need your energy today. It's so sad. Why can't people be nice to each other? Why can't they care for each other? I don't understand. Why can't people care for each other? Be nice. It's not hard to be nice. It's not hard at all to be nice. Okay. Kitty's definitely helping with the vibes for this question. Oh, it's a good kid. You're okay? What are you nervous about? You don't need to be nervous. You're the Bailey Boo. Yes, you are. You're the Bailey Boo. Oh, gonna lay down here. There you go. Good boy. All right. Dave says underground plan B is inevitable. Yeah. You're very good. All right. Good kid. So is this horribleness, is it going to affect IVF treatments? It should not. People just want to have kids. Okay. 113.30. Like I want attention. Like I want attention. Yes, I do. So. The amount of sadness I'm getting off of this question, the energy around this. If you have money, it's expensive. IVF is expensive. And if you have money, you're more likely to have enough money to go to states where it's still allowed. One, two, three. No, it was like that. Normally is a form of a reason for celebration. this is a law going after it. Because you're right, it does create more than one embryo. Hi. And it's going to depend on the state. Thank you, Judy. He's wonderful energy. GM Dave says women helping women will be a big deal. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sad. Very, very sad. 1:15:30, Herschel Walker. 1:15:30. Herschel Walker is facing allegations of irregularities in his filings, assertions of charity work that were actually paid celebrity endorsements. Is he looking at jail time instead of Washington? And I want to say there's some other stuff they're looking at him for. Jolie, yes, again, voting blue would help. That is true. Alan, I agree. Everything about this is so wrong. But let's move on to Herschel Walker. The Republicans are getting behind him because he won the primary, but 16, 20. They're concerned, let's put it that way. Republicans are not thinking this is going to go well, but to the voters chose. So, in fact, a lot of MAGA people have won the primaries. A little worrying, but we'll just have to vote and make sure they don't get in. Herschel Walker. Potential legal problems. Entertainment only. Just reading on the collective energy. Al Menzi says he lies as badly as Sniffy. Yes. Oh, and there was an interview I saw the other day, and it was just word salad. Like, oh dear. Yes, Mary Huddleston, it's very clear that Herschel Walker is unwell on so many levels. Yes, I'm going to agree with that. Yes, Rowan, Herschel Walker is the incoherent one. Yes. That's legal stuff moving forward, definitely. Star. 9 of Pentacles. King Alfred. 2 of Pentacles. Sun. Death card. Oh boy, this is the energy on this one is not great. Oh, he's definitely well known. He has his accolades from his past, but this is being unstable. This is the word that's actually coming to my mind is snowblind. I mean, there's no snow in this picture, but I'm getting snowblind when the sun's shining off the snow, so you can't even. And now I've got a Cocteau Twins song stuck in my head. But there's a death card here. I don't think he's going to win. It doesn't feel that way. But I think it's more than that. I think his problems here could be what brings him down here. Not good. No. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting out of this energy. Oh, man. Texas Senator John Cornyn is next. Yay. 120. Kelly had a question. Texas Senator John Cornyn tweeted that second-guessing police is destructive, distracting, and unfair. So Kelly said, yikes. Senator Texas John Cornyn tweeted that second-guessing police is destructive, distracting, and unfair. Quite sure taking bullets is destructive, distracting, and unfair. Armed teachers, they say. Lock down hardened schools, they say. Improve mental health care, they say. All this without the money, of course. Does Senator Cornyn believe his own drivel? Will he be reelected? I'm still looking at, there's so many races. I'm still looking. I will get there on him. But I can definitely, does he believe his own drivel? Will anything actually come of this? Drivel Cornyn. That's just the reality of things. Temperance. It doesn't feel like he's as far out as some, but one of those people that blames being practical. Being awful, their excuse is, well, it's being practical. You have to know how the game is played, kind of. Two of Cups, Star, Justice. Is Cornyn under investigation for something? He's useless. He is seen as absolutely useless for protecting children and that kind of thing. There's some legal matter here. Michael Reaney says he's not up for re-election in 2026. There we go. Justice. What is this justice? Is it? I'll have to look. Let me change that. All right. So does he believe his own drivel? Kelly says he looks like he might be. Brenwan says he is, but I don't remember for what. Oh, yeah. Gary Atkins says he seems like another rat in a bag of rats. I think that's an excellent description. Cornyn. Page of Swords. Bully. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Well, he's keeping on, but there's something legal hanging over him. There's something legal hanging over him. And I don't know what for, but Knight of Wands, fighting for the far right. World, yeah, he's in trouble. So, there's trouble here. Ending of how things have been. This is secrets. Big secrets, major arcana, and then this is being one of the group of insurrectionists. Al Menzi says he gets money from the NRA. I'm wondering how involved he was in the insurrection, if at all. Is Senator from Texas John Cornyn? Yeah, he's yeah, and McConnell wanted to talk to him the other day, so there's an air of something legal. It's hanging around him. That's what I'm getting. Jen Gordon would like me to look at this coming week. My weeks start on Sunday, so today's the first day of my week. 125. 12th question at 125. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Look at this week. So we're talking about May 29th through June 4th. This coming week, beginning of June. Hanged man. What does that mean? I'm looking at the week overall. 2 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Evidence. All laid out, all organized. Page of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. Fortune's about to change. This feels more, well, okay. The right are shaky. And this is a big bully whose fortunes are about to change. And I've got Democrats and I've got evidence laid out. So there's that. Although the first committee hearing isn't until, if saying it this week starts today, because that's how I do it, that's not this week, it's next week. I'm trying to get a sense of, is the like on Tuesday will we get, does that mean we're going to get the Supreme Court rulings, but with a hanged man, that's a card of suspension, of waiting, of Jen Glenn said maybe Mitch asked Cornyn to work with Dems to put him in a better light since the January 6 hearings are coming up. He did tell Cornyn to see what they could come up with for some kind of gun legislation, but that's bipartisan. But funny, I don't feel the urge to hold my breath. Working. Disappointment, message, Page of Pentacles. This doesn't feel like it's this week. The Supreme Court ruling. It doesn't feel like it's this week. But we'll see. All right. That's going to do it for me for today. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being so kind to Sarah. She's such a sweetheart. And thank you, Mindy. Thank you, Mindy, for the great nails. I really appreciate it. They're absolutely beautiful. So, yeah. And so it is 1:43 p.m. here in Chicago. At 4 o'clock, I'll be over on the Book Art Media channel to do creative sprints. You're always welcome. I don't make any money from it. It's not trying to sell you anything. It just, whatever you do, knitting, sewing, writing, whatever creative project, you're always welcome to come by. We spend 25 minutes where we just focus on our creative projects, and then 3 minutes between, we just try to encourage each other. And I made a new timer. Woo! All right, I'm going to be debuting a new timer today. Hardly the biggest thing in the world, but I think it's pretty. Anyway, all right, hang in there, all right? And I will see you right back here tomorrow. Take care. You're not alone. We're in this together. And there are good days ahead. Please don't forget, there are. Take care.